Look, before we get into the video, let me just say thanks to all the new subscribers. Welcome to the platform. The goal is to get to 100,000 by June. So if you guys rock with the content, please take the time out right now and show some love and like and subscribe. All right, let's get into the video.
And only exclusive Dolphin star Tyreek Hill once again involved with police, this time after an argument with his mother-in-law. Local 10's Rush Lowe live now in Sunny Isles Beach with more on what we're learning today. Rush.
And this was a concerning call to Sunny Isles Beach police on Monday. Let me set this up, and this comes straight out of the police report. Tyreek Hill's mother-in-law was very concerned for her granddaughter. She told police that Tyreek was in an argument with her daughter, grabs the baby, and then starts walking towards the balcony.
The daughter, the subject, and the husband on scene.
The call goes out. Police race to the Porsche Design Building in Sunny Isles Beach on Monday.
Subject is Tyreek Hill.
The mother-in-law of Miami Dolphins star wide receiver Tyreek Hill calls the cops. The call goes out as an assault in progress.
Subject black male wearing a white tank top.
When police get there, they make contact with Hill, his wife Keita Hill, and their child.
I'm ready for it.
They also speak to Tyreek's mother-in-law, Alicia Vaccaro. Let's get right to the police report. Quote, Vaccaro stated that Tyreek is very aggressive and impulsive, and that he has anger issues, and she is afraid for her daughter. And when she saw Tyreek arguing and throwing her daughter's computer to the floor, and later grabbing her granddaughter and start walking with her in his arms towards the balcony of their 35th floor residence, she called the police.
Get out! Get out!
Hill has made headlines for off-the-field incidents. Remember last September when he was pulled over by Miami-Dade officers outside Hard Rock Stadium on game day? Those traffic citations were eventually dropped. Straight out of the police report, Tyreek's wife tells cops that her arguments with Tyreek are becoming more frequent. When she told him he wasn't involved enough with the baby, she says he grabbed the baby, and she's now in the process of filing for divorce. No charges in this case. Both parties stated that the argument never became physical, even though officers observed a light redness mark, bruise on the mother's left upper chest, and questioned her about it. She replied that it probably had happened without malice when he grabbed the baby from her. Officers observed that the baby was in good health and good physical condition. Okay, now this is very important. So the concern here initially, and right out of the police report, it's 35 stories up. And the mother-in-law, was very concerned about Tyreek Hill with this baby apparently walking towards the balcony, and that's why cops were called. But also out of the police report, it says that Keita, his wife, did not want to write a statement about the incident. And Tyreek left the residence in the presence of the police.
Got him. We fucking got him.
Look, some of us men just gotta learn the hard way. This right here is Tyreek Hill's wife. This is her mother to the right. Here's the reality. He got engaged to her in 2021. In 2023, he got married to her. As of April 2025, a year and a few months after, she already filed for divorce. Bro, they got you, and they got you good. I keep telling y'all, fellas, these women will play the role to get what they want. If you cheat on a woman, bro, and she's staying for a reason. But she gonna get you back. She gonna get you back. It never fails. And look, fellas, to my brothers, to the men out there with melanin, understand something, bro. Whenever y'all decide to date outside of your race, if you are not a puppy, if you're not going to be like a puppy type of dude, super nice, be careful. Because the way you express yourself, they are going to look at that as he's aggressive. I'm scared. You can't forget who you are. And when things like this happens, it should remind you.
Tyreek Hill really just confirmed that he has 10 kids, with 4 of them being born in the last year. These are 4 of the women that he had kids with, and this isn't even including his wife, who he's been with for the last couple of years now. Tyreek does confirm that he does take care of every single kid though, as well as their mothers, to make sure that they're stable and live a comfortable life, which is honestly pretty great.
Yes, excellent.
See, if a man don't know how to handle his success, it can destroy him. See, sometimes money give people a false sense of reality. It can make you feel like you're the man, you're untouchable. All these women want me. But it's all an illusion, bro. They don't want you, they want the money. That's all they are seeing. His wife allowed him to have babies outside of their relationship. And she stayed.
Man, Tyreek, man, a Florida judge has ruled that Dolphins wide receiver Tyreek Hill is the father of another child, a baby girl. Hill reportedly has over 12 children, and it's 5 this year thus far. All right, this is just weeks after Hill announced his wife is expecting.
Look at Tyreek Hill's silly wife.
Got engaged in 2021, and then kind of just, it got too real. We needed to break off. I ended up moving to LA. Tyreek ended up hitting me back up again. You know, I was just like, we know each other. We know what we're getting into. Like, if that's what you want, then let's go to the courthouse and do it. And we got married, signed papers, and our life changed.
You smart.
If he was broke, she probably wouldn't even give him the time of day. But in his mind, he's thinking that this woman really loves me.
I love my mommy.
You love me? Oh, baby.
And then they started to go to therapy. Well, it was to try to save the marriage. But the marriage was already over with, bro.
I had a tough 2024, me and my wife. Like, I tell her that all the time. I say, look, we done had our house burnt down, motherfucking in the news about a divorce. It's like, damn, 2024 ain't going how it's supposed to be going. But I know it's for a reason, though. I tell her, like, it's going to be beautiful. The end of all of this is going to be beautiful, and I know it. And maybe we just need a fresh start, just me and you. That's probably what it is, but I haven't laid my hand on it. But
people saying you're getting divorced, and it's very public. People now looking at you, looking at her. How do two people deal with that?
Just communication, just having open communication. You know, sometimes we all know in relationships is going to be agreements and disagreements, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, I made it to where in our household that there are going to be certain situations where she is always right and well, not right, but I would say she is making like full decisions, and sometimes it's going to be me making decisions. And when we come together, we got to be able to, you know, agree to disagree. So we just try to live by that, man. Like, nobody's right. We always got to have open communication, even when it's tough. You know what I'm saying? And obviously we had conversations about, you know, a post-nup. And that was really where it all spiraled from, like a divorce or whatever. I don't like saying that word, but that's really where it all spiraled from. Like, and that, all I'm gonna say is, shit get weird is when you tell people outside your family. You feel me? That's when shit get weird. Like, so if you telling mom,
Now you see now, you done fucked up, you know that, don't you?
Based on this guy's history and based on his wife's true intentions, this day was going to happen. She was going to file for divorce. Now, don't get me wrong. If she don't feel safe with this man, if she feels like he's too aggressive, she's not wrong for filing for divorce. She's not wrong at all. She did what she had to do. And it's not her fault that he can't control himself, right? But in all reality, fellas, no matter how much money you got, you are not special. Things like this happens all the time. And the sad thing about this is a man who got like 5 baby mothers and at least 10 kids. Like, do you understand what that means? He's a football player, so all his earnings will be divided. And based on the fact that his wife just filed for divorce, she's probably going to get half of his earnings. So then he got to divide the rest amongst his kids and their mothers. Because this is what's going to happen. Based on the fact that his wife filed for divorce, women are not dumb. So now the other baby mothers is going to start coming after him for more money now, because they know what's going to happen. So pretty much he's about to live the rest of his life to give his money and his energy to all those women. And that's the problem a man will run into if he decides to have multiple baby mothers. Everything will seem cool when you are in your prime, when you're still in the league, you are still in the NFL, you're doing numbers and all that. But in 5 years from now, when your career is probably over with, you still have to pay those women. And sometimes men don't think about a retirement plan. How is my life going to look when I'm no longer playing football? Look, this right here is sad, man. Fellas, don't let your success go to your head and make bad decisions. Because I'm going to keep it real. It might be over with for fam. That's just the bottom line, because, bro, once you keep having baby mothers out here, that's just more people you got to take care of. Okay, and I know that you got a bunch of mills. But when you got all these different people coming after those mills, it's never a good thing. Like, what you're going to realize is you probably wouldn't have anything for yourself when it's all said and done. Fellas, be wise out here, man, for real.
Okay, I'm showing up for you. I'm giving you my energy. I am in your presence. You should pay for this.
If you haven't yet, go get you some of that merch. You all already know, don't feed the birds. That's what it is. We don't feed the birds over here. So if you rock with your boy, go get you some of that good merch.